Welcome to the Land Your Bets show. I'm your host, Nate Weitzer, bringing you Black Friday NFL breakdown here for week 13. We got a busy NFL schedule, of course. We got the 3 on Thanksgiving, got a video up for that. And here's the island game between Chicago and Philly in Philadelphia on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern start. We're going to get right into it here with sides and totals. We got the Eagles. I mean, they're -7, and I cannot get there in terms of backing the Eagles to win by over a touchdown. I also don't love the Bears matchup offensively here. So I mean, I think the look is the under. The market is certainly pushing it that way. Under 44.5 is our current total as of Thursday. It could get even lower than that. I mean, it's just bad on bad in terms of the Eagles offense against a Bears defense that gives up a ton of explosives, can't get off the field. But I mean, the Eagles offense, can they capitalize? Like they started okay in Dallas and then went scoreless in the second half against the freaking Cowboys defense. How do you have any faith in them? With Lane Johnson out, like that's going to be a big problem. I mean, they've averaged 4 points per game fewer without Lane since 2020. The last 3 games have averaged just 42 points per game, would have gone under in 2 of the 3. And this season, I mean, the Eagles are playing so slow. They have the most seconds per snap, I should say, in the league. They're also 29th in third down conversion rate, hence why they've been such an under wagon. And that rush defense, man, it's going to be so bad without Lane Johnson. It's already bad. Like Saquon could get to his 80 yards, which is a crazy high prop that I would never take the over on, even though this Bears run defense was just gashed. He might get to the over, but it'll be on sheer volume. It will not be from explosive plays, I doubt. But really, it's the other side of the ball that I'm more concentrating on. This Eagles defense is absolutely elite. They did a great job early on Dak and really a good job throughout. They just got hung out to dry eventually. I mean, they, for my money, top 3 unit since the bye in the last 3 weeks here, allowing the second lowest completion rate. And on the season, their third best red zone defense. They are second best in terms of limiting completion rate at home. And they're allowing the third lowest time of possession because of that slow pace that we talked about on the other side. So Caleb, against a much better competition, how will he look here? I mean, he's needed the play action to really get going this year. His stats are so much better when they use play action, but will they get the run game going against Philly's front seven here? I kind of doubt it. I mean, you look at Swift, good games against the Giants and Vikings, really just due to the J.J. McCarthy disaster and the Bears having the ball that entire game. But 8 for 15 against Pittsburgh last week, 11 for 45 against Baltimore the other week. This Bears run offense could get shut down and really just put a lot on Caleb Williams' shoulders. So there's really 2 ways to play fading Caleb. I mean, under 211 and a half passing yards. Always worry about that in terms of like if a team's chasing points, if they're touchdown underdogs and they get in the back door there late, or you can just take the interception, which is only -106 because he's been pretty good limiting. Really good limiting mistakes in the last few here. But the Bears have played really soft competition, and due to the scenarios I'm talking about, like especially the J.J. McCarthy game, it's just like just don't make a mistake. Last week, Mason Rudolph had he completed 1 pass of over 10 yards down the field. So Bears coaching staff is like, all right, just keep it simple. I mean, it's a different situation going against the Eagles, who are, capable of scoring, at least going to put the pressure on you in Philadelphia. And then you have Vic Fangio cooking up these exotic blitzes, these zone coverages. You look at Caleb's numbers, he's 37th in completion rate against the zone, 32nd when pressured, and he's been pressured on the 4th highest rate of his throws. So the turnover-worthy plays we saw a few weeks ago, which were absolutely sky high, just really lucky to not have a bunch of interceptions against the Saints, for example. Those have calmed down because of this easy schedule. But I mean, remember the Raiders matchup as well early in the season. He was absolutely terrorized by Max Crosby. He did throw a pick in that game. He's taken 13 sacks with 3 picks in 6 road games so far this year. Bears, again, have been home. They've been fortunate with the schedule lately to avoid those turnover-worthy plays, but I do not trust Caleb throwing over the middle of the field against the Eagles defense. That being said, if you want to take an over, I think it's the rush attempts. I mean, 4.5, a little bit of juiced up at like -120, but that's a great over in my opinion. I mean, he's had at least 4 rushing attempts in all but 1 start this year. That he went 3 for 20 against Baltimore. He had 8 rush attempts in that game I mentioned at Vegas when he was getting pressured constantly by Max Crosby, 8 for just 13 yards. So That's his escapability, which is his number one asset. He is number one, as you see, escape rate against pressure. I mean, just pulling off these incredible spin moves on free rushers at times, but he's athletic. He can get out of the pocket. The Eagles should pressure him. They should force him to run. The last 6, the Eagles have forced 6.6 rush attempts per game to the opposing quarterback. It says last 5 because I removed Jared Goff in that filter, who had 1 for -1, because he literally can't move. But any quarterback that can move a little bit is getting at least 6 rush attempts against this Eagles defense. At least 5 when you look at that number here. And Caleb, against tougher competition, the first 4 this year, averaged 6 carries, averaged 27.5 yards per game, because it was just, they were playing actual defenses that could pressure, like Minnesota, Detroit, not the tomato cans into a sense that they played lately. And I know they played Minnesota lately, but to once again just dump on J.J. McCarthy, catch some strays, that was not a real game. And Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean on these receivers makes me think there's not going to be a lot of openings. So if Caleb does want to avoid the pick, if you're not taking that pick, you're going to assume he's going to tuck it and see what he can get with his legs, because that has been his most reliable asset this season. He's just not been an accurate passer. He's one of the least accurate against certain metrics. Eagles look here. Is A.J. Brown on the receptions? For me, it's the receptions over the yards, because you look at the bottom there, still a very low ADOT, 11.4 yards per target, is actually 49th among wide receivers. And while he's been fed the ball lately, a lot of those have been short targets. He did get off against Dallas, but I mean, in that Detroit game, he had 7 catches for 49 yards. We're now talking 21 targets in the last 2 weeks, 15 receptions in 2 weeks. Squeaky wheel is pretty much the norm here. It's just like, feed AJ. He is so unhappy. Also, their rushing attack sucks. The Eagles cannot run the ball at all. I don't see how that would get better with Lane Johnson. They can't run it efficiently. They still feed Saquon the ball over and over. So I've talked about how fading him at 80 yards is scary, because he could get 22 to 25 carries here in this game. But I mean, it just forces Jalen Hurts to pass the ball more, and opposing defenses are doing that. They're daring Hurts to pass. They don't believe that Kevin Patullo and the Eagles can design good downfield routes, and I think they are right. Bears also play a lot of man coverage, and they'll dare you to beat their man coverage, especially if they get Jalen Johnson and or Kyler Gordon back here on Black Friday. They should run even more man coverage. If not, AJ is going to run against Tyreek Stevenson primarily, who got dusted by Darius Slayton 2 weeks ago. AJ just eats against man coverage. 31% target rate versus 18% against zone. 45% for first read share against man. And Devontae Smith is their zone beater, so that explains why so many first reads are going to AJ. And really, regardless of the coverage, he's 7th highest in first read share on the season, because Jalen Hurts is like, all right, man, like, I'll try to get you the ball. I understand you're really upset. It's not all on me. We're just not calling good plays. Basically, has been the situation this year. Also worth a little bit of a look at the anytime touchdown, because his red zone target share is up to 37%. He would have had 2 touchdowns against Dallas last week, not for a penalty there, or getting his foot slightly out of bounds as he hit the pylon. That's actually what happened on the second touchdown early in that game. So I would definitely consider that as well. But yeah, that is the show here. To recap, we like the Eagles defense to win the day here. So basically the way I would play this, just to look back on the total, is Bears team total under, and you can slide that up. It's 18.5. You can slide it up to 20 or 21 and take the Eagles money line, or take the Eagles to cover under a field goal. And that's the best way I think you could play this game in terms of sides and totals, because the Eagles cannot win at margin. Maybe just take Bears +7, +7.5, and assume that they'll be in this game one way or another. But I think Caleb Williams could be a disaster against this defense, so I don't really want to back them either. I just don't think that they're going to score very much on this Eagles defense. So that is the show here for Black Friday. Like and subscribe. You'll see each time we're putting out these videos. We have Island games coming out on Sunday night and Monday night, and of course the Sunday video. It's a very busy time of year for the NFL. Visit landyourbets.com, where you can get projections for each individual player and all the sort of premium content. Enter the Discord so you can see when we're placing these bets immediately and exactly how we're playing the NFL. But until we see you next, happy betting.